Today on WSRH Extra, we learn about some veteran teachers on campus.
Plus, what goes on behind the scenes of our dance shows. We'll show you the roller coaster of emotions our dance students have to face.
WSRH Extra starts now. Welcome to this week's episode of WSRH Extra. I'm Michael Loizo.
And I'm Amber Pelicone. Since the Revolutionary War, France has always been one of our country's closest allies. This week, the iconic city of Paris was attacked by terrorists. Now, more than 100 people have lost their lives, and the world is mourning.
Now is the time to support France and to be brave and stand up against terrorism. This edition of WSRH Extra is all about being brave. Bravery comes in many different forms.
Yeah, it's a universal term that can mean many things. WSRH Extra reporter Andrew Perry asked some of our Seminole Ridge students what they think being brave is all about.
Hi, I'm Andrew Perry with WSRH Extra, and today we're going to be asking students and faculty what bravery means to them. So what does bravery mean to you?
I think bravery is doing something that you're really scared to do, even though it's going to be hard.
Bravery to me means doing the right thing in an uncommon situation.
Bravery to me is when you're terrified and you do it anyway for a greater good.
Bravery to me means being able to stand up for what you believe in and doing what you feel is right in the world. You can stand up for what's right or wrong regardless of what's coming up in front of you.
Bravery means someone who stands out and believes in what they think is right.
I think bravery means being willing to do what other people won't do.
I think bravery is going against what anyone says, just ignore the voices in your head and do what you want to do.
Bravery is having the courage to stand up and maybe make a change when all odds are against you.
Veterans Day is a day set aside to appreciate the honorable and courageous things our soldiers have done for us.
And some of those courageous soldiers are here on this campus right now. WSRH Extra reporter Austin Gryko has more on the story.
My branch of the military was U.S. Army.
And I was in the Marine Corps, and I did that for 5 years.
I was in the U.S. Navy. I was an electronics technician.
I was in the United States Army.
I was a combat engineer for 23 years.
There are currently 21.8 million U.S. Armed Forces veterans. We got to speak to 5 of those veterans here at the Ridge. Every one of these teachers say the same thing about being in the military.
Probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life.
Pretty rewarding experience all around.
No regrets at all.
I absolutely loved it. I would definitely do it again.
I loved it.
Going from having your day planned out for you to planning a day for your students must have been a bumpy transition for them.
It was actually pretty smooth. Pretty much when I got done with the military, I decided I wanted to go to college, and my mother was a teacher, and I thought to follow in her footsteps and also become a teacher.
I like it pretty well. I think the military prepares you for doing just about anything.
I first transitioned from the military to city government, where I was the director of public works for 3 years. Then transitioned from that job to coming here to Seminole Ridge. I'll just say the transition to coming to work at the school is a lot more fun than transitioning to city government.
It's been a great transition thus far. I was able to use my benefits and go to school and get my education through the military.
Well, I got out. I didn't go right into teaching. I got a degree in engineering, worked in the school district doing telephone systems. And during that time, I decided I wanted to become a teacher, and so I went back to school and got my degree.
Luckily, the military gave them the skills to help them that got through the transition and made them who they are today.
It just made me a better person. Just made me disciplined, made me responsible, made me care for other people.
Well, it's made me a little more organized. I think I better to handle situations. In the military, that's what you do. There's a lot of situations that you have to handle. And I could keep a level head in most situations.
The military teaches you a lot about life and how to handle the ups and downs and go through, and be able to handle any stressful situation and rise up to the occasion, and just being outgoing and, take life as it comes to you.
Military has helped me by putting me in leadership positions since my first day as a military officer.
Military teaches you a lot of discipline, time management. It teaches you how to get a lot of stuff done in a short amount of time. So the discipline helps a lot.
Each one of these teacher veterans enjoy what they do, and we wish them luck in their career. For WSRH News, I'm Austin Rico.
For some people, performing in front of a crowd is no big deal, but for others, it takes a serious amount of bravery. The recent dance show went off without a hitch. WSRH Extra reporter Megan Northrup opens the curtain to this night full of emotions.
The Seminole Ridge dance class had a show this past weekend. These courageous students show real bravery by getting on that stage.
I'm really nervous. I'm doing the first part by myself.
This brave student doesn't even get nervous.
I feel pretty fine. It's not that scary as a lot of people think it might be.
The amount of work and time that goes into the show is impressive. These students have worked hard to have the performance of their lives.
I think it's going to go pretty great. If everything works out, then I'm going to be really happy about it.
Congratulations to the Ridge's dance students. They impress us with their amazing performances. For WSRH Extra, I'm Megan Northrup.
It's that time of year again. Time for high school seniors to start filling out college applications, which is very stressful. Rebecca Wise has more on the story.
I've applied to FAU and UCF.
Boston University and UF.
I applied to Florida Gulf Coast University.
I've applied to FSU.
I've applied to University of Miami.
I've applied to UCF, USF, and UF.
Our guidance counselor, Ms. Baldwin, gives us some insight on College Application Week.
Our goal was to have as many seniors in the senior class we could before November 1st, so 397 is a pretty good number. Most of our students applied to Palm Beach State College, which is our local state community college.
Senior Jessica Turkovich is applying to schools outside of the norm.
I've applied to Princeton, Harvard, Georgetown, UF, UCF, FSU, and what am I forgetting? Yale.
Jessica isn't the only student applying to unique schools.
New College is the Honors College of Florida. It's also a liberal arts school and it's non-traditional. It's a really small school. It's like 800 students, but it's very unique and very different. They have very interesting programs and they don't do general credits. They do liberal arts credits. And
I've seen a lot of students think outside the box and do some research to find some schools that really have the programs they're interested in rather than just applying where their friends are applying or where their families encourage them to apply.
I want to apply to these schools because I want to get the best education possible, and they all have really good law programs.
I just thought I wanted to try something new, so.
Good luck to the class of 2016. For WSRH Extra, I'm Kana Diaz.
Showcase of Schools is an annual event that the Palm Beach County School District hosts. It's where Palm Beach schools can show off their various programs and academies to recruit potential students. WSRH Extra reporter Mariella Pina gives us an inside look.
Every year, the Showcase of Schools comes to the South Florida Fairgrounds. The Showcase of Schools is an event where elementary, middle, and high schools come to show students what they have to offer.
Because I like the technology in the school and what you do in it.
Athletics, running, football.
Even though it is mainly aimed at students, parents find it very helpful.
It's very important. I've already seen several schools that had programs I didn't know about and schools that I didn't even know existed. So it's pleasant to realize all of the choices that you have. You know, there's so many choices. I had no idea. I thought there would maybe be 4 or 5 different high schools, but my son has a lot of choices. So yeah, it makes me feel good to know that there's so many choices. It's kind of a lot of a pressure, you know.
Transitioning from one school you call home to a school where many are strangers takes bravery, according to freshman Anna Thrash.
I would say do what you want to do. Like, if you want to do something, just go for it. And if you want to go to a specific program and something's stopping you, I would just keep going and push through it.
We wish the students the best of luck in choosing their dream school. For WSRH Extra, I'm Mariella Pina.
Our construction academy here at the Ridge does some amazing things. That's why Weitz Construction has decided to sponsor our construction academy. WSRH Extra reporter Frank Gonzalez shows us how brave our program can be.
The Construction Academy has been a part of Seminole Ridge since the school opened, but this year the face of the academy has changed with the help of Weitz Company.
Weitz Company is one of the largest construction companies in the world. They're international.
The Weitz Company has been a major supporter for construction for years now, fascinated with the program and many of the projects.
They came out and they saw what we were doing. They love the idea of the program. They love the idea of kids actually building something that has a purpose.
Mr. Turk also shows a bravery in putting trust in his students with handling professional equipment.
I have to have a lot of trust with the kids. You know, we're working in 4 different rooms of a house, 4 different sections of the house, and I'm all over the place. So I might be up on top of the roof at one time. I may be in a closet helping somebody straighten out the bathroom. And if I can't trust the kids to be working in different areas, we couldn't do what we do.
The new house will come out November 29th, and congratulations to the Construction Academy for their new sponsor. Reporting for WSRH Extra, I'm Frank Gonzalez.
So many students here at the Ridge gave blood on this past drive November 9th. The fact that our students are willing to take a needle to save some lives is pretty heroic. WSRH Extra reporter Rebecca Patterson has more on the story.
Every 8 weeks, Seminole Ridge teams up with OneBlood to collect blood, plasma, and platelets. Over the course of the last school year, more than 700 units were donated by brave students here on campus. And although many donors must overcome their fear of needles, OneBlood representative James Thomas tells us just how important these donations are.
No matter what us old folks say about you teenagers, high schoolers make up over 38% of our platelet donors, so we really appreciate you guys.
Every donation is appreciated, and students have many different reasons for why they donate.
Well, I donated it because one of my relatives needs transfusions due to chemotherapy, so I do it more in honor of them and to save a life.
I donate because I know it's for a really good cause and it saves a lot of people, and it's not just like people who lose blood, it's for like cancer victims, and there's a lot of people who need blood.
Senior Thomas Cerrone donates plasma. He says that it's all about helping other people.
I donate plasma because I feel better as a person, that I know that I'm helping other people out.
But Thomas also told us what's actually on his mind while he is donating.
When am I going to get the piece of pizza at the end? And how long am I going to be out of class?
In the end, all the bravery helps us accomplish the main goal of saving lives and helping other people out.
You're taking time out of your day to help someone else, and you don't have to do it, but it's always better to help someone else.
For WSRH Extra, I'm Rebecca Patterson.
Our Hawks football team had their final game of the season last week.
But on the other hand, our Hawks soccer and basketball team had their first games of the season. WSRH sports anchor Nick Seltzer gives us more. Hi, Nick.
Hey Amber and Mikey. A few weeks ago, WSRH Extra highlighted 13-year-old freshman Shay Casey. This time, she's shocking the school yet again, this time on the basketball court. WSRH sports reporters Daniel Joyner and Antonio Marino have the story.
Girls basketball team is starting up, and 13-year-old Shay Casey is making her mark here at Seminole Ridge. As the new varsity point guard, she takes on the responsibility of becoming a leader.
Shay's new position as varsity point guard was a huge accomplishment, but not an easy one to obtain. Shay's passion and work ethic is what keeps her going, and it really shows. Her teammates also think she is a hard worker.
Just because of her age, I think she has enough confidence to play with older girls, and her experience is high. So the seniors try to guide her and show her like points and like examples and help her out and show her mistakes and what she's doing good. So I think, yeah.
As being a new member of the team, sometimes it's hard to adapt to different situations, but no one thinks more highly of her than her coach.
Transition was easy. Basketball is basketball and coaching is coaching. It was difficult leaving the boys, but we built a good bond and relationship over the last 3 years, so that was the most difficult part about the transition. By far she's probably the youngest student in the school, but her basketball experience is up there, so she's definitely ready for the challenge.
We'll see how she does in the upcoming season. For WSRH Extra, I'm Daniel Joyner.
We turn our attention now to the soccer pitch, where the girls' team is back in action with yet again a promising year ahead of them. This time, 2 girls are standing out for their own specific reasons. James Dodge has the story.
Soccer is one of the most popular girls' sports at Seminole Ridge. This year it's bigger than ever. With a record number of girls trying out this year, it's hard not to have high hopes for the team this year. Along with facing high expectations, 2 players on the JV team, Bethany Seltzer and Chrissy Kemper, are facing their own challenges.
I was injured last November during a soccer game. I was fouled, and I twisted my ankle, and we assumed it was like a bad sprain, and it never got better. So we went to an orthopedic, and they said I had osteochondral syndrome. It's an extra bone on the calcaneus, which is their heel bone, and it just happens from when I just started to get my growth spurt and stuff. It just developed, and it's never a big deal unless you get a sprain.
Tryouts was scary because there was a lot of travel girls that were trying out, so I was nervous because I've never played before. I just wanted to try something new.
The girls' first opponents was Royal Palm Beach, a team that has been a force in the district for many years. This year, however, things changed and the Hawks won 4-0. Victory, Christy Kemper helped secure by scoring the final goal of the game.
I was running down the field and Regime kicked it to me, passed it to me, and I saw an opening, so I just shot it.
Bethany had been told by her doctor that after her surgery, it would be hard, maybe impossible to get back on the soccer field in playing condition. Bethany's mother, Lisa, was optimistic about Bethany trying out this year.
Never want to do that with your child because anytime you have surgery and you have general anesthesia, it's very scary. But it seemed to be our only recourse because she had been, off of her foot for so long and, on crutches or a knee roller for so long. So we did the surgery. She had a couple of months of physical therapy, still having pain, but she was determined that she did want to play high school soccer. So she came out, tried out for the team, and played with some pain and continued, worked really hard.
With all challenging facing the girls' team this season, on and off the field, the girls' soccer team has a long road ahead of them. We wish them the best of luck this year, and for WSRH Extra, I'm James Salvage.
A new club is forming at Seminole Ridge. Its aim? To help athletes. Alexis McGrory reports on this new addition to the Ridge.
Hey, get it, Sam.
Between the classroom and on the volleyball court, Madeline Harding is one of the many hard-working student athletes here at the Ridge. But balancing schoolwork, practice, and games all on the same day is quite the task. And adding to her jam-packed schedule, she is the founder of our brand new club, Athletes Helping Athletes.
Athletes Helping Athletes is a club where athletes help other athletes. And there's 3 main points. The first point is to help athletes and mentor them if they're struggling to maintain good grades while also doing practices and games for their sport.
Athletes Helping Athletes club sponsor Coach Parson also wants underclassmen to be aware of the opportunities to receive help with their academics.
Where we want 9th graders and 10th graders to know that we have seniors and juniors who are in AP classes, ACE classes, and doing multiple sports where they can really help them manage their time.
But the members of this club are not only reaching out to the students here at Seminole Ridge, but also getting involved in the community.
One way we've started to get involved in the community is at Community Field. There's the flag football program, and we're helping out by keeping track of flagpoles and doing anything they need. We're going to help out.
The last factor to this club may be the most important aspect in a high school, which is school spirit.
Always pushing school spirit. It's a part of the high school experience, the whole school spirit. It's going to a volleyball game, going to a golf match, going to a Friday night football game. That's all a part of the high school experience. And once it's gone, can't come back, so you might as well go.
Reporting for WSRH Extra Sports, I'm Alexis McGrory.
Weightlifting has always been a popular sport here at Seminole Ridge. And now, the girls' weightlifting team is back in action. Holly Reese gives us the story on the approaching season for our Lady Hawks.
We want to win.
When you think of weightlifters, you think of big, burly guys. But at Seminole Ridge, some of the best weightlifters are actually girls. The team consists of girls from 9th to 12th grade with a variety of size and strength. Girls weightlifting coach James Parson is glad to have such a big group of girls this season.
A new season total. We have 31 total lifters on a team, which is a record at Seminole Ridge.
The girls weightlifting team has had 3 meets so far, 1 preseason and 2 in season. Senior Diana Hidalgo has high hopes for the long season ahead.
I think this one's going to be the best season yet.
While Coach Parson is blown away with how much the girls have been helping each other so far.
Oh, the veteran leadership on this team is remarkable. All the girls that came last year, they're really helping each other out. The new girls, encourage them, talking to the talk, what it takes to be a champion, teaching them to be leaders, and just they're not shy to help the new young lifters. And because of that, I expect a lot of big things from this year's team.
The girls are determined to crush anyone in the way of their dream of bringing many girls to states.
Last year we had 6 girls go to states, so we need to at least get 10 girls to states and all those expectations.
One of those girls is sophomore Annabelle Fernandez. Annabelle became the first freshman in Seminole Ridge history to ever advance to the girls' state weightlifting meet. She has some advice for any freshman looking to follow in her footsteps.
They just got to try their hardest, work out every day, and just get motivated to do it.
Annabelle comes from a line of strong Seminole Ridge lifters. Both of her brothers were on the weightlifting team and competed at the state level. Roman won 3rd place in the state and now plays college football at FAU. Marcos is a senior and placed 7th in the states last year. Annabelle says her brothers are the inspiration for her joining weightlifting.
My brothers started, and my brothers got me into it, so I started doing it, and I really liked it.
From teammates lifting each other's hopes to strong work ethic in the weight room, the team is determined to leave a legacy of champions. For WSRH Extra, I'm Holly Reese.
That's going to wrap up another edition of WSRH Sports. Be sure to tune in next week for more exciting sports stories. I'm Nick Seltzer for WSRH Sports.
Well, that concludes our Brave episode of WSRH Extra. If you have any story ideas, please tweet us at SeminoleRidgeTV. I'm Michael Loizo.
And I'm Amber Pelicone. Time now to leave you with this extra courageous edit to the beat by Kelly Matthews and Connor Ryan.